saying that I was a perfect parent, and I'm still not. But the things that he has supported you in and told us that you still are trying to support us as a people, he's continued to do that. And I want to remind everybody that God steps up and takes down leaders. Wow. None of this can happen without God's hand, and we still have a work to do.
I would like to yield my time with my daughter.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Dad. I'd like to briefly respond, Pastor Micheff, to your reference to being a whipping boy, which is a metaphor for scapegoat, fall guy, or sacrificial lamb.
Well, then let me apologize, because that's not what I meant. I just meant that I was going to take a beating.
Thank you for the clarification, because you're not the victim here. The trust and confidence placed in you by the people of our church is now eroded, and while I'm encouraged by your comments that you would be willing to sit down with Pastor Ron again, I am fearful for what I've experienced previously with other administrations, that this is simply a carrot that's dangling, and if the intention is real, if it's sincere, and I pray that it is, and I think I've known you as a sincere man in our work together at Campus Abel, I pray that you will undo this, because it was a mistake, and it has eroded the trust that we have in your leadership. So please, when you're doing this, I also ask, though, that you not tie Pastor Kelly's hands, because he's a person of conviction and will speak. And your reference is an independent ministry of our church. I just can't buy into that. It extends beyond the walls here because of his convictions. And I can't think of a better person to influence my life, the life of my husband, or the life of this congregation than Pastor Ron Kelly. Have my minute.
Point of clarification, so please do not start my time. I'm referencing what Brother Lance said about 43 minutes ago. All right, and the way that we can do it is this way, to make sure the legitimacy of what Brother Lance was saying. And so all the pastors and the elders and the church board members who are present at the last 2 or 3 meetings, please stand. Pastors, elders, members, board members, please stand. Please remain standing if you understood that Village Church was supposed to remove Conrad Vine from his leadership positions. We have spoken.
Oh, keep standing. I didn't get your question. Will you repeat this question, please?
Because Brother Lales said that he understood that we as Village Church were supposed to remove Conrad Vine from his leadership positions. Elder Micheff said, that's not what I said. These are the people who were present in the meeting, and I don't think anyone sat down when I asked them to sit if they disagreed with that sentiment. They all remained standing. That's what we all understood. And can I have an amen on that? That's what we understand.
That's what we're saying.
And I am not going to argue about it, but I believe that I said at that time, that's not what I said. Is that right?
Elder Micheff, I'm not the recorder of fact, but I have been in several of these meetings. The meeting with the elder leadership, as we discussed about Conrad Vine on the periphery, I believe it was phrased in, we can't move forward with the medical ministry until we know where this church stands, as well as Pastor Kelly personally on the matter of Conrad Vine. When it was readdressed Wednesday night, though it was addressed in different terminology, at the end, I believe you stated, we can settle this here this evening if Conrad agrees to step down. Something to that effect. Can you make her?
If it is, I did say that. Can you? So that's the. I say that, but that wasn't what I had said to you. I said the issue was we have to figure out a way to differentiate between him out there and him in here, and that's certainly one way to do it.
That's censorship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Bravo, where the rubber meets the road. Then I'm fine to not partake of the Dr. Vine could not take our religious liberty and even provide a sermon or cover his spot. And when he was on the Sabbath school panel, we drew fire because he was publicly seen on our platform.
Yes. Right.
And that's because in our letter, we said that he wouldn't have access to our pulpits.
Define the pulpit.
I think everybody in this room understands what that means. That means addressing from the front. I will say this. There are online magazines that certainly understood it, and they certainly let everybody know that they understood it.
Everybody else is. But cancel culture in the church is behind the scenes. It's quiet front force. It's knifing you in the back when you least expect it. On Friday afternoon, I received a call from the secretary of the Advanced Erosion, stating that until they made a vote, unless I paid financial restitution to the officers of General Conference and apologized publicly, I was banned from all Adventist pulpits in Atlantic, UK. I asked them, does that include a private cab meeting? He said yes. I said, did that include if I visit friends for Thanksgiving and give a Friday vespers in their home? Is that an Adventist pulpit? And he said, we have cancelled with the General Conference Legal Counsel, and they are saying any gathering of Adventists, formal or infallible, is now an Adventist pulpit. I received a letter few months ago from the British Columbia President using the same language. You are banned from meeting for being in any formal or informal gathering of Adventists. So when we talk about formal pulpit, the General Conference Legal Counsel is defining it in my case. I cannot visit Brother Bakioki on Friday night and speak for 5 minutes. This is absurd beyond imagination. I mean, this is you talk about me causing people to lose trust in the world church. I served on the front lines. I've lost hearing in my left ear because bullets were fired by my head to turn any by the Taliban. I buried my friends in the Micheff. I didn't see you guys, Albert. You dwell in beautiful offices, but on the front lines where there's just you and the enemy, literally, I don't see any of the beautiful people in the beautiful offices. And I came back from Afghanistan, and somebody in the division said, I said, why do you send me there? He said, you're young, single, and expendable. I've had the stars in my body and my love for Jesus Christ. And I love this church. And the church is engaging in cancel culture. They trampled on our liberty of conscience. They issued a statement on January the 30th, 22, affirming the right to make such statements. And they will not discuss this legitimate grievance on the part of the members. Until the church addresses this legitimate grievance on the part of the members, there will be a schism in our church. We do not accept the rights of a man in distant office to unilaterally withdraw our right to act in harm in the convictions of the Holy Spirit upon the conscience. And because I keep saying this fundamental truth, the church hierarchy is intent on destroying me. Your band in Michigan is just one of many bands that are in place right now. And those bands include me not speaking to him in his hold if he lives in New York. So your discussion about what the pulpit is, and everybody knows what the pulpit is, you just said, speaking formally from the front, is not how the General Conference Legal Counsel is defining it right.